Good evening to all. Today's topic is break, continue, and return. These are all unconditional branching statements. So we'll start our proceeding. First of all, we'll learn few theoretical points related to unconditional branching statement. So branching statements are categorized into three categories. First one is break, second one is continue, and the third one is return. Three unconditional branching statement, because these three statements are branches the sequence of execution unconditionally without any condition. Break statement is categorized into two categories, that is unlabeled break statement, and the second one next point says that it is used to terminate a loop based on certain condition. Though it says that it is unconditional branching statement, then how it is used to terminate a loop based on certain condition? That means inside a loop, I must have some condition to come out of it. Otherwise, simply it will take the control out of the loop. So let's see this point number 2. What exactly it is trying to say. So we'll move to the Java. Here I am using a loop for int x is equals to 10, x is less than is equals to 100, x plus plus. Without any condition, if I am using break, look at it, it is not going to give me any output. Suppose you will say that there is no display statement, that's why there is no output. So let me display system.out.print. I'm displaying x value. It will only display x value once because x is initially 10. 10 is less than equals to 100. True. It will display x value 10, then break. It will come out of it. That's what is called unconditional branching statement. Look at this. It is displaying 10. Even if after that we have few statements, x into 10, it is not going to execute this one because it takes the control out of it. Look at it, it is going to show you an error message because once I will execute this break, it will take the control out of the loop, so it cannot execute this one. So that's why it is going to generate an error over here. That means the statement after break will give an error. But if I'll put an if condition over here, if x modulo 10 is equals to 1, that means if I'm dividing x value with 10 and its unit digit is 1, then it will come out of it. So let's execute it. Look at this, we got the values. I'm giving println to make you understand what is the output. First time x value is 10, 10 is less than equals to 100, true, it will display 10, take the control to the next line, that's why we are getting 10 and the control is in the next line. If x modulo 10, 10 modulo 10, remainder is 0, 0 equals to 1, false, so that's why it will display x into 10. What is x value? X value is 10, 10 into 10 is 100 and it will take the control to the next line. After that it will increase the x value by 1, it is 11, it will display 11 over here. Now we can see we are getting 11. 11 modulo 10. 10 1 ja 10, remainder is 1, which is equals to 1. So that's why it will use break. That will take the control out of the loop. Now it is not going to generate any error message. So that's why the second point says that we have to use break with a condition to make it successful or fruitful. Hope I am clear to everyone. Hope I am clear to everyone with first and second point, which is most vital for assertion and reason. So that's why if you are unable to understand, ask me so that I can explain it again. Next point says that in case of nested loop, what is nested loop? Loop within a loop is called nested. So that's why In case of nested loop, it takes the control outside the inner loop, not the outer. So let's see what exactly this point is talking about. Nested loop will create now. Let's move to the Java. Here I am doing nested loop. This is outer loop. Now I am creating inner loop where y is equals to 10, y is less than 50, then y plus plus. Inside this, what I am doing, I am displaying x and y value, x plus with some space plus y value, and here I am putting a condition if x value is equals to 5, or let me say it will take a lot of time, so I am saying x 3 equals to 3, then break. Even if the outer loop will execute 10 to 100, but when x value is 3, it will stop. But why it will stop? It will stop from the inner loop, not from the outer loop. So I'm removing this one and closing this one. Why I need curly bracket over here? Because it needs to execute two statements. One is display, another is read. So let's execute. It will give a lot of output over here. Look at this. It will give a lot of output over here. Got it? So in order to reduce this, I am saying 10 to 20. Let's execute it. Look at this, 10, 20. When x is 10, y will iterate 10 to 50 times. Let's see whether it is iterating or not. I'm taking you to the output screen. X is 10, y is 10, x is 10, y is 11, like this. Look at this, x is 10, y is iterating up to 50. After that, x is 11. But I am saying x is equal to 3. There is no effect on this because x value can never be 3. Let me take it 1, take this one 5, then smaller one I am taking. Here I am taking 1, here I am taking 5. That means when x value is 1, y will iterate 1 to 5. That means 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Like this, next time x will be 2, it will be 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. Next time x will be 3. Now this is 1, 2, 1 it will display. After that x is equal to 3, break. Break means to come out of this loop. Then it will move on, x plus plus, x will become 4. Now it will again execute. Look at this. We got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Next time 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. But 3, 1. This is 3, this is 1. 3, 1. Sorry, sir, I cannot attend the... Okay. 3, 1. Then next time it is 3, 2. Is not possible because x equal to 3, break. But after that 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, again it will continue. 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. Then 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. Only when x is 3, it will stop this inner loop. Hope I am clear to everyone. In nested loop, it takes the control out of the inner loop. Understood the second example? Sir, can you please explain, restart the call? It is buffering a lot. Okay. Okay. From where I will start, beta? From where I will start? First point, second point, or third point? From where I need to start? Sir, unable to understand anything due to the classes buffering. No, sir, can you please explain again? Okay. Let me start it again. Let's come back to the first point. Let's come to the first point, break statement. It is an unconditional branching statement because it does not contain any condition and it takes the control out of a loop without any condition. What is called branching? Normally, the statements are executed one after another. But if I'm having any mechanism where without executing this one, it takes the control to this one. It is not executing this one. That is called branching. So that's why it is called unconditional branching statement. Second point, it is used to terminate a loop. It is used to terminate a loop based on condition. You might be thinking that both are controversial statements. I am proving this how both are true. Let me take you to the Java screen. Here I am using a single loop. And here I am saying x is equal to 1, x is less than equals to 5, display x. Then here without anything, without any condition, I am saying break. So that's why it is called unconditional branching statement. Without any condition, I am branching. That means I am coming out of the loop where we have to remove this y. When I am executing, it is only displaying 1. The reason behind is x is 1. 1 is less than equals to 5. Condition is true. It will display 1. Then it is using break coming out of this loop. So that means this loop is stopped. But normally the loop has to stop after 5, but it is stopping after 1. Without any condition, it branching out of the loop. That's why it is called unconditional branching statement. Now give me a confirmation. Understood the first point? Now understood the first point. I have checked now here in this side it is not buffering. Here in this side it is not buffering now. Okay. First point is understood. Yes, got it. Okay. Now let's move to the second one. Second one says that we have to use a if condition to make it fruitful. So number 2 point I am saying, if I am using a break, after break whatever statement I am using, it will generate an error. You can see the red mark left hand side. It is quite clear to me. I can able to see the red mark is coming in a left hand side. That means after break no statement can be executed. So that's why it is generating an error. But in some cases it is not going to generate error. I will show you in which case it is going to generate error, in which case it is not going to generate error. Here it will generate error. Why? Because the statement after the break statement is never going to execute. Understood this one? Understood why it is going to generate error? Because after break it will take the control out of the loop and this will not be able to execute. Yes, understood. Now I am using a condition over here. If x modulo 10 is equals to 1 or 2, I can say. Here I am iterating from 10 to 20 and I am displaying this one and I am removing this one. Now after break I am having a statement. Look at this, after break I am having a statement, but it is not generating any error because this break is not immediately iterating. Sorry, this break statement is not immediately terminating the loop. Based on the condition it is terminating. So that's why this statement will execute. So that's why it is not going to generate error. Understood why it is not going to generate error? Understood why this particular statement is not going to generate error? Because there is a chance of executing the statement, because break will only execute when the condition is true. So that's why here it is not generating any error message. Okay. Now let's see why it is fruitful. Look at this, I'm executing. Now it is executing 10 and 11. Based on a condition only it is coming out of it, not immediately it is coming out of it. But if I will remove this, it will execute an error message, generate an error message, because immediately it is terminating the loop and no displays can be done. But if I will take it to the top, it will not generate error, but will execute only once. Irrespective of any condition it is coming out of it. Directly it is coming out of it. So that's why it is saying that you want to make it fruitful, then put a condition to come out of it. If I will say 10 modulo 5 is equals to 0, what will be the output? What will be the output in this case? X modulo 10 is equal to 5, then break, print ln x. Let me see how many of you have understood. If you have understood, you can able to give the answer. Still nobody has given the answer. Not understood or what? Yes, we got answer. Yes, got it. Yes. Somebody in 11, Ishan has given the answer. That is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Next line. Got it. Because println is available. Correct answer. It is going to display 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When it is 15, x value is 15, then it will stop because of break. Fine. Good. That means everybody has understood this one. Good. Good. Cursor move to the next line and everything will be printed down to each other. Ruturas, good answer, good. All 10th class students are answering. 9th class and 8th class unable to answer. Unable to understand 9th and 8th class. Not getting the answer. X value is 10. 10 is less than 20. True. 10 modulo 10. Remainder is 0, which is not equals to 5. So that's why it will display 10. Then x plus plus 11. 11 less than equals to 20. True. 11 modulo 10. Remainder is 1, which is not equals to 5. So it will display 11. Next x is 12. 12 is less than 20. True. 12 modulo 10. Remainder is 2. But equals to 5 is given, which is false. So that's why it will display x. Then x plus plus 13. This is true. This is remainder 3. That's why false. Display 13. This is 14. 14 less than 20. True. Remainder is 4. Equals to 5. False. Display 14. It's 15. 15 is less than 20. True. 15 modulo 5. Remainder 5. Equals to 5. True. Break. Come out of the loop. Hope 9th class. Lakshmi answered. Okay. I have not seen. You have joined with different names, so that's why I couldn't able to recognize you. Okay. Rest of the things. SK legendary. Fine. I have answered. Got it. So we'll discuss the next point. In case of nested loop, it takes the control outside the inner loop. So we'll discuss this one. So I'm creating a nested loop. What is nested loop? Loop within a loop is called nested. So I'm creating loop within a loop. I'm making it y. Here I'm making it 10 to 15 small I am doing so that we can dry run quite easily. I'm saying 10 to 13. This is y is less than equals to 13. Y plus plus. If x modulo 2, it cannot be 5 now. X modulo 10 is equals to 2. Then break. Otherwise, display x value and y value. I'm giving x plus with space plus y value. So now in this case, is it going to generate error or is it not going to generate error? Because outside for loop having curly bracket for loop, if condition and display. Inner for loop will execute this one and this one. But after break, we don't have any state. So is it going to generate error message or not? Because loop can execute only one statement. For loop, this one and this one break. Is it going to generate error or output? Question is or output. Reason, so Sai Subankar, error, I have no output will give. Harshit, no sir, it will give output. Dipti Mai says output. It is going to generate error because loop can execute one statement, that is your if condition, then it is break. Without any statement, it is breaking, just like previous one. And after that, we have a statement. So if I will put a curly bracket over here to use this, then it is not going to generate error. Now it is not going to generate error. But in previous case, it is going to generate error. In the previous case, it will generate error. This time it is not less than 13 true. X modulo 10. Remainder is 0. Equals to 2. False. So that's why 10 and 10. Next time, x value is constant 10. X value is constant. Inside this, x value is constant 10. X is equal to 10 is constant. So that's why it is never going to be true. It will iterate 3 times. So that's why 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10, 13. Understood first iteration? Okay, let me check why it is buffering. Let me check, refresh from my side, or else you refresh from your side. Either one is having problem. You refresh it from your side or I will refresh from my side. Yes, it is buffering. I can see. Let me check. I think now it is not buffering. I think now it is not buffering. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Now okay. Okay, fine. So in this case, we are going to get, yes sir, now it's okay. X value is constant 10. So that's why it will display 10, 10, then 10, 11, because Y value is 11, X value is 10, break will not execute, that's why 10, 11. Next time it will be 12, 12 less than equals to 13 true, X is 10, 10 modulo 2 false, then it will display 10 and 12. Now it is 13, 13 less than equals to 13 true. This is false because X is 10. So that's why it will display 10 and 13. Now 14, it is false. It will move out and X will be 11. Now 11 is less than equals to 15. True. Again, Y will start from 10 to 13 where X value is 11. When X value is 11, 11 modulo 10, remainder is 1. It is false. So that means it will iterate, Y will iterate 10 to 13. Y will iterate 10, 11, 12 and 13. So that's why it will display 11, 10, 11, 11, 11, 12, 11, 13. Look at this, we are getting the output. 11, 11, 11, 12, 11, 13. Next time x will be 12. Now y will iterate 10 to 13, but when x modulo 10, x is 12, 12 modulo 10 is equals to 2. 12 modulo 10, remainder is 2, 2 equals to 2. That is true. Break to come out of the inner loop. That means it will not iterate only once, will not display any out. Look at this. When x is 12, it is not displaying, but 13, 14, 15, it is displaying. That means, hence it is proved, it takes the control out of the loop. But if I am saying x modulo 10 is equals to 2, or x modulo 10 equals to 5, then break. Find the output. In previous case, inner loop was not having curly braces. Yes, good answer. Good answer, Subhasmita. Excellent answer. I don't have any option to give like to you. Good. Yes, sir. Now it's okay. Okay, let's see this one. Check it out. What is going to be the output? Yes, quick. Yes, quickly give your answer. What will be the output for this? Find out the output. What will the output for this? अच्छा ठीक है, बड़ा हो रहा है, ये छोटा कर दें. यस, बड़ा हो रहा है. 10, 11, yes. That means in this case 12 and 15 will be missing. 12 and 15 will be missing. Look at this. 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10, 13. 11, 10, 11, 11, 11, 12, 11, 13. Then 12 will be missing over here, because when x is 12, 12 modulo 10, remainder is 2. This is true. And this is when x is 15. 15 modulo 10, remainder will be 5, equals to 5 missing. So the quicker mechanism is that when it is checking on the x value, it is checking with the x value. When x value is 12, it will not iterate the inner loop. When x value is 15, it will not iterate the inner loop. That means y will iterate 10, 11, 12 and 13. That means when x is 10, it will iterate 10 to 13. When x will be 11, it will iterate 10 to 13. When x will be 13, it will iterate 10 to 13. When x will be 14, it will iterate 10 to 13. But in case of x value, when it is x value is 12 and 14 and 15, it will not iterate 5. Understood? What will be the output in this case? Find the output Find out the output. Find the output now. Refresh your device if it is lagging. X is 10, 10 is less than 12. That means X will iterate. Like this you can do. X will iterate. X is equal to 10 will iterate. X will be 11 will iterate. X equals to 12 will iterate. Now when X is 10, when X value is equal to 10, Y will iterate. Y will iterate 10. 10 modulo 2 equals to 1. False. It will display XY. So X is 10, Y is 10. Next time, Y will be 11. 11. 11 modulo 2. Remainder is 1. Because 2, yes, 2 5 ja 10. Remainder is 1. 1 equals to 1. True. It will come out of it. That means it will not display anything over here. So that's why it will display 10 and 10. After that, it will make it 11. Like this we have to do. Yes, we got the answer. Good. 10, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10. So every time the Y will iterate only once 10, because when Y is 11, this condition becomes true and it will take the control out of the loop. Good. Now we'll move towards our next point. When used with switch case, it transfers the control outside the switch case. Just like in case of for loop, it takes the control outside the loop. In the same way, when I'm using with switch case, it takes the control out of the switch case. Just like your for loop. For loop is an iterative statement. Because of that reason, it allows to use break. Switch case allows false through. That's why break is also allowed in switch case. Hope I'm clear to this point. Why break is allowed in switch case? Because it contains fall through and it allows more than one case to execute. And there is no curly bracket is required. Block is required in switch case. More than one statement can be executed. Because of that reason, break is allowed in switch case. Assertion and reason question are required for these kind of points. It is used with both loop and switch case. As we have already seen, it is allowed in both looping and switch case state. Let me show you. Let's go to the Java. Switch. Suppose I am saying 1. Inside this, I am saying case 0, system.out.print, within quotes, live class ended, but in my side it is working. Ayushman, no, not ended, exit, rejoin. Yes, in my side it is continuing. It's going on. I'm having 0. Then I'm using break. Sir, you have stopped the stream by mistake. Please restart. No, beta, it is going on. What is going on in my side? Just rejoin, just rejoin. Okay, I'm using break over here like this. Case 1, I'm using 1, then break, then case 2, I'm using 2, break, default, none. Now let's see. I'm having a variable int x is equals to 1. Here I'm putting x, and break will take the control outside this. That's why I'm saying end of switch. Here I'm saying end of switch. Look at this. I'm executing 1, then end of switch. I'm using println over here so that it will take the control to the next line. Especially 9th class, look at over here, 1 and end of switch, because case 1 satisfied. Now if I'm removing this break, it causes fall through. It causes fall through. Look at over here, when I'm executing, I'm getting 1, 2, end of switch. X value is 1, this X value is 1, case 0 false, case 1 true. Once it is true, it will execute this one. There is no block, no curly bracket is used. So it will execute till break is encountered. So that's why it will execute 2, then break will come out of it. Hope I'm clear to everyone. Why it is allowed in switch case? Why it is allowed in switch case? Understood? So that we can move towards the next question. Next point says that it cannot be used with if statement. Inside a for loop, if I'm having condition, then it is allowed. But inside if, it is not allowed. Why? Because it is not iterating. It is not repeating. It is only executing once. So that's why break is not required. Break is required if it is executing more than once. So let's see. If I'm simply having an if condition over here, if x is equals to 2, then break. Now look at this, it is generating an error in break statement. You can see it is generating an error in a break statement because it is not iterating. So I cannot use break. But if I use loop, it will remove this. For int t is equals to 1, t is less than 5, t plus plus. Look at this. I'm using if condition and break. It is not generating any error message because inside a loop, if condition and break is allowed. Inside a loop, simply break is allowed, but only if and break is not allowed. Sir, stop the stream. It is going on, Sai Subhankar, in my side. In my side, it is going on. I can able to send the message. In my next system, it is working. You might be having some net problem. It might be having some net problem in your side. Okay. We'll move towards the next one. All the statements after the break is not executed. It is skipped. Already I have shown you. If I'm using a break statement. Whatever statement that I'm going to write after this is not executed. So let me show you again. Let me show you again. Normally the loop will execute 5 times because it is saying t is equal to 1, 1 is less than equals to 5. It will iterate 5 times. But here I am saying if t is equals to 2, then break. That means it will not execute the statement after this. It will take the control out of the loop. That means it will execute t is 1 and t is 2. That's all. End of the switch is not end of the switch. Here I will use t. And I'm using println. Look at 1. And if I am writing anything outside this loop, it will work. This will work. But inside this body, whatever statement that I am writing after the break will not execute. But outside the body of the loop, it will execute. Let's see. Yes, 1 and end of the loop. If I'll make it 3, then the statement after the break will not execute. Look at this, I'm executing. 1, 2, then the statement is not executed after break is encountered. But outside the block, it will execute because it takes the control out of this block. Next point. It is of 2 types, that is labeled and unlabeled. Whatever we are using now is unlabeled. Whatever examples that I have shown just now is unlabeled. But what is labeled? I'm going to show you now what is labeled. Unlabeled break. Look at this. There is no label in this. How it executes? RC. R is initially 1. Let me change the color so that you can see quite clearly. R is 1. 1 is less than 3. True. It will get inside. C will become your 1. C is 1 over here. You can see from here. C is 1. C is less than 10. True. Then get inside. C is equals to 1. False. So that's why it will not execute the break statement. It will execute the else part, which is print R and C. What is R value? What is C value? R value is 1. C value is 1. You can see from here R value is 1 and C value is 1. That's why I'm getting the output 1 and 1. After that I'm having println. Will take the control to the next line. Next time inner loop will execute C++, which will make it 2. Now 2 is equals to 2 less than 10. True. But 2 equals to 3. False. So again it will execute the print statement which is in the else part. That is 1, 2. R is 1. R is 1. C is 2. That's why it will execute and display 1, 2. Println will take the control to the next line. Next time C++. C becomes 3. Now 3 is equal to 3. True. Break. It will take the control out of this loop. Instead of iterating 10 times, it is only iterating 3 times. Next time R++, R is 2. This one R++, 2 is less than 3. True. Again it will get inside the inner loop. C will become 1 again. C will become your 1 again. 1 less than 10. True. Now C is equals to 1. False. Why? Because C value is 1. 1 equals to 3 is false. So it will display that is 2 and 1. That's why we are getting 2, 1. C value is 2 and R value is 2 and C value is 1. That's why we are getting 2, 1. Next time C++, C will become 2. 2 less than 10 condition true. 2 equals to 2 condition false. Display R is 2, C is 2. That's why it will display 2, 2. C++, C will become 3. 3 less than 10 condition true. Then C is equals to C. This is true now because 3 is equal to 3. Break. Will take the control out of the loop and control will go back to the outer loop now. C++. C will become your 3. C becomes, just a minute, just C, R will become your 3 now. R will become your 3. 3 less than 3. False. It will come out of the complete loop. Yes. Okay. Give me a confirmation so that we can move towards labeled break, which is not in your course. Labeled break is not in your syllabus. Just for your knowledge sake, don't use it in your examination. Don't use it in your examination. It is not in your course syllabus. This is for higher students, higher class students. Look at this. This is a label that is being used, label, and here I am saying break. Take the control where the stop is available to this label. That means stop or take the control outside the loop. This is your label, and it is execution process is same, R and C. R is 1. This is loop. Execution process is same. R is 1. 1 less than 3. Condition is true. It will get inside. C is equals to 1. Here I am getting C equals to 1. C is less than 10. Condition true. Then 1 is equals to 3. False. So that's why it will display RC same 1 1. Next C plus plus. C will become 2. 2 less than 10 condition true. 2 equals to 3. False. That's why it will execute display. You will get 1 2 because R is 1, C is 2. I am just showing you. Just look at this dry run, and to get the output, R is 1, C is 2. Next time C plus plus. C will become your 3 now. 3 is less than how much? Let me see. C is less than 10. True. 3 is equal to 3. Now it is true. So that's why break stop. It will take the control to this stop one. So that's why it will come out of this complete. So it will stop. No execution. You can see from this. Takes the control out of this for loop. So that means stop the operation. Not because of the keyword stop. I can use anything. I can use anything. I can show you in Java. You can take any label. I am showing you. You can take any label. It's not mandatory to use stop. I am saying label is end of the loop. End of the loop. I am using label. And here I am saying break END. That means take the control to the END level part. Let's execute it. Look at this. 1 2. End of the loop. Simply it is just like an break, but I'm using a label. It is helpful for nested loop. Look at this. In some cases we have seen that it normally takes the control of the inner loop, but it will take the control from the outer loop also. Look at this. I am saying x is less than 5. For 10th class this is x plus plus. Normally the break will take the control from the inner loop, but this level will take you to out of the outer loop. That is the benefit of this level. Look at this. 1 2 end. But if I use simply break, it will take the control from the inner loop only. Just I am showing you. I am putting in bracket. Putting in bracket. Executing it. Look at this. T value is 1, for which x will iterate 5 10. 1 to 5. That's why 1 2 3 4 5 tenths. When t is 2, when t is equals to 1, x will iterate 5 tenths. X is equals to 1 2 3 4 5. Because condition is t is equal to 3. When t is 3, it will stop. Next time t will become your 2. Now again x will iterate. X will iterate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I am displaying T. So that's why it is displaying 1, 1, 1, 5 times, 2, 2, 2, 5 times. But it is not displaying 3, 3, 3 because break will take the control out of the loop when T value is 3. So when T value is 3, this will not iterate. X will not iterate because break is available. It will take me to the out of the loop. When T is 4, again it will execute 5 times. Again it will execute 5 times. Look at this. When T is 4, again it is executing 5 times. Let me show you with X value so that you can understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at this. X value is 1. I am displaying T plus space plus X. Look at this. When T is 1, inner loop will execute 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When T is 2, it is executing 5 times. But when T is 3, it is not executing. When T is 4, again executing 5 times. When T is 5, again it will be executing 5 times. Now the benefit of AND. Benefit of labeled. Look at this, it is taking the control. When T is 3, it is completely taking the control out of the outer loop. 10th class, you might have seen that in some programs, we need to take the control out of the outer loop, which is not possible. But label helps us to take the control out of the loop. But 10th class, don't use it in your program. It is not allowed. It is not in your syllabus. In higher study, in engineering, you will use this one to take the control both from inner loop and outer loop. This is not for the 9th class. This is for the 10th class. Because after that, they are having higher study where they can use this one in engineering. So now we'll move to the next part. Sahil Kasik cannot understand program part. But it is simple. Again, I am saying, Sahil, it is very simple, beta. Do the dry run to understand. Do the dry run to understand. I am showing you. T is equals to plus T, then slash T, X is equal to plus X. Let me show you the execution. Look at this. When T is 1, X is 1. It is true. It is checking the condition on T. When T is 5, it will stop. And I am not using this one to show you the output. When T is 3, it will stop. Look at this. 3. When T is 3, it is stopped. It is not executing the inner loop because break is used in inner loop. Again, I am repeating, Sahil. When T is 1, X will iterate 5 times and it will display T and X because stopping condition is on T, not X. When T is 2, again it will execute 5 times because stopping condition is on T, not X. When T is 3, 3 is equal to 3 break. It will take the control out of the loop. Because of that reason, when T is 3, X will not execute at all. But when T is 4, again it will execute 5 times. Understood this part, Sahil, first of all? Sahil, understood now? Yes, sir, done. Okay, fine. Next is your continue statement. It is an unconditional branching statement. Again, it is unconditional. Without any condition, it will take the control not outside the loop to the updation part of the loop. So look at this. In case of for loop, there is some changes between break and continue. So here I am applying. In case of for loop, it transfers the control to the condition part, to the not condition part. This is wrongly given to the updation part. Let me update this. Takes the control to the updation part. Okay, let's move. Yes, it is taking the control to the updating part. Updating part, that is plus plus minus minus. It cannot be used with if and switch case. Only break is allowed, but continue is not allowed in switch case. Next point. It is only used with looping statement. Obviously, just like break, continue is also used with looping statement. Sir, buffering. Okay. Let me refresh from my side. You will also refresh from both the side. I am refreshing from my side. You will refresh it from your side. Let me check. Is it working now? Is it working now? One error is showing in this side. Is used in a program. Okay. Continue is a keyword that used in a program that directly jumping the particular part of it. It just simply skips the statement. It skips the current iteration because it is not going to execute the statement after the skip statement. After the continue, it is not going to execute the statement. So that's why it skips the current iteration of the loop. This is most vital. Again, I'm saying this point is most vital because in assertion and reasoning, this point is coming. All the statements after the continue is not executed, it is skipped. Just like your break. Next point, continue example is given over here. Int r is equal to 1. Let's do the dry run. R is equals to 1. 1 is less than 3. Condition is true. I will get inside. C is equals to 1. Look at this. R is 1. Then C is 1. Then C is less than 5. Condition is true. C is equals to 1. Condition false. Because 1 is equals to 3 false. So it will not execute. It will display this one. That's why it will display 1, 1. We are going to get the output 1, 1. Next time C++, C will become 2. 2 is less than 5, condition true. 2 is equals to 3, condition false. It will display RC. RC is 1 and C is 2. So that's why it will display 1, 2. Next C++, C is 3. 3 is equal to 3, condition is true. So that's why it is saying continue. What is continue? It will take the control to the updation part of the for loop. But condition of your while and do while. I think I did a mistake something over here. I think we did some. In case of for loop, transfers the control to the condition part. Here it is wrong. In case of for loop, it transfers the control to the updation part. Updation part. And in case of while and do while loop, it takes the control to the condition part. Condition. So just note down these two changes I did. Let me clear this. Underlining again. Wrongly it was given. In case of for loop, it takes the control to the updation part. In case of while and do while loop, it takes the control to the condition part. Make the necessary changes. Okay, so we'll come back to the loop. We did 1, 2 is false. Then next, C++ C is 3, 3 less than 5 true. C is equals to 3, it is true. So that's why continue. Continue will take the control to the updation part. C++ will make it 4. 4 less than 5 condition is true. But C is equals to 3 condition is false because C is 4 and it is saying equals to 3 false. So it will display RC where R value is 1 and C value is 4. So that's why it will display 1, 4. I am just clearing it again. Now again C++, C will become your 5, 5 less than 5 condition false. So it will come out of this inner loop and R++, R will become 2. Look at over here, R is 2. C is again 1. 1 is less than 5 condition is true. 1 is equals to 3 condition false. So that's why display R is 2, C is 1. So display 2, 1. Next time C++, C will become your 2, 2 less than 5 condition true. 2 is equal to 3 condition false. Display, so that's why display 2, 2. We are going to get 2, 2. Next time C++, C is 3. 3 is less than 5 condition true. 3 is equal to 3. It is true. So if it is true, continue will done. Continue will take the control to the updation part. So that's why it is not going to display. C++ will make it 4. 4 less than 5 condition true. 4 is equal to 3 condition false. So it will display now. Display RC. R is 2. C is 4. So that's why it will display 2, 4. Next time C++ 5. 5 is less than 5. Condition is false. It will move up to R++. R will become 3. R is become 3. 3 is less than 3. Condition false. I will come out of this. Understood the dry run? Now I am applying with R. Now here I am applying with R. Last time I was applying with C. Last time I have applied with C. Now I am applying with R. Again I am saying last time I was applying with C. Now I am applying with R. Now I am applying with R. Send me your output. Send your output. Send me your output. I am just waiting for your output. Simply, I am having the dry run mechanism. I just want to know that whether you can able to do the dry run or not. Already I have shown you when R value is 2, then only it will use continue. We have already used break over here. Instead of continue, in the previous example, I told how to use break. Condition is applied on R. Based on that, we have to do the dry run. I have told you the shortcut mechanism where R is for 10th class. Shortcut mechanism when R is 1, C will iterate 1 to 4. So that means R is 1, C is 1, 2, 3 and 4 will iterate. Condition is applied on R. It is not true, so it will not continue. It will display. That means 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3 and 1, 4. All will be displayed. Next time R will be 2, for which inner loop will execute 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 times. But R is equal to true. It says continue. R is equal to 2. The condition is true. It will not display. It will continue to update without displaying. So no output, but we iterate 4 times without output. So no output. When R is 3, again it will iterate 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now this time R value is 3. 3 is equal to 2 false. So it will display. So it will display 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. Next time R value will be 4. 4 less than 4 is false. So quickly send your answer. Already I had did a dry run for you. Look at this. False, 1, 1, 2, false, 1, 2, 3, C value is 3, false, 1, 3, 4, false. Which one is false? Inner loop is false. So that's why 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Because 4 is false over here. Next time R is 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4 is false. But R is equal to 2, so no output. No output, 2, 1, true, no output. Continue, 2, 2, no output because it is true. True means continue. C++. Sir, I have sent. I have not received. Yes. Yes, now I got. So many candidates have given the answer. Okay. Now, when it is 3, again true, so continue. When it is 4, it is false. 4 less than 4, false. So next time, R will be 3, 3, 1. Now it is false. So that's why it will display. Display will be done over here. 3, 1. Then 3, 2. Because it is false. Then 3, 3. Because it is false. R is false condition. Next 3, 3. Next when R is 4, inner loop is false. R is equal to 4, outer loop is false. Return statement. Next line mechanism. Good. Return statement. One 4 will not display. One 4 will not display. Next is return statement. It is an unconditional branching statement. It again transfers the control outside without any condition, but it is used inside a method. Next point, it is used inside a method because return statement can only be used inside a method. Outside method it is not allowed. It transfers the control from the method definition to method call. 10th class, it is vital, this one, for assertion and reasoning. For assertion and reasoning, this is most vital. In reason side, it will give. Next point, along with method, it can be used with if condition. With if condition also I can use return, but method, as I said, along with the method. With the method, with if it is possible. With the method, we can also use in switch case. With the method also we can use it loop. With the method also we can use with nested loop. That means inside a method, if I'm having a if condition, with the if condition, I can use return. Inside a method, if I'm having switch case, with the switch case, I can use return, where multiple return statement can be given. With the method, if I'm having loop, I can use the return statement inside this. For prime number, I have shown you this one, how to use prime number with method and loop. With the method, we can use it with the nested loop also. Understood all the points, 10th class? Next part. It can return what it can return. It can return a constant, it can return a variable, it can return an expression also. So let me show you how it is doing. So we'll justify all the points. So suppose I am saying int show, within which I am saying int no. I'm creating a method over here. I'm using while no greater than 0. I'm saying if no modulo 10 is equals to 0. That means I am saying that if the number is divisible by 10, dividing with 10 and its remainder, that means a digit is 0. If a number is contains 0, then return 1. If it is not, then no divide is equals to 10. Reduce the number. When I will come out of it, I am saying return 0. So that means if the method is returning 1, that means the number contains 0. If the method is returning 0, that means it does not contain 0. Or else we can do like this. If the number contains 0, then return 0. If the number does not contain 0, then return 1. So let's see. You know a number system program. I'm doing a number system program. You have to tell me which number system program logic I'm doing. You have to tell me which number system program logic I am applying. Which number system program logic I am applying? Sahil, Sai Subhankar, okay. So here I am creating an object. Demo D is equals to new demo. I am calling the method. It is returning a value. So I need to store it. So I will say int res is equal to d dot show, where I am saying 1208. Here I am saying if the return value, here I missed semicolon, if the return value is equals to 0, return value is 0, that means the number contains 0. I will display system dot out dot print number is having 0, else number is not having 0. Let's execute. Look at the output. Number is having 0. Suppose I am sending 5 now. Number is not having 0. Look at this, how we have reduced the code. We can use boolean over here. Then in that case I will say return true. So here I am using constant. Look at this. Here I am using constant. 0 and 1 constant. Then I am saying return true and return false. Now in that case, this will be Boolean. If this is Boolean, I will say is equal to true. This number is not having 0 because number is 1258. I'm applying 0 over here. Let's run this. Number is having 0. So here I'm returning a constant. I want to return a variable. So here I'm saying if number modulo 2 equals to 0 even, then return no modulo 2. So here no modulo 2 is not of type Boolean. So that's why it is generating an error. In that case, if I say int, it will not generate error over here. But here it will generate error. So here I am modifying the program. If number is greater than 0, greater than equals to 0, and number is less than equals to 10, less than 10, that means single digit. So here I am saying string st is equals to initially null, and here I am saying st is equals to single digit. Like this I'm applying over here. If the number is greater than equals to 10 and less than 100, it is double digit. And in else part I am saying st is equal to more than 2 digit. So here I will say return st. Now it is going to generate an error message. Who can say why this is going to generate an error message? Because yes, the logic for duck number, correct. Sai Subhankar, correct. This is the logic for duck number. Why the code will generate error message. This code will generate an error message. Why it is going to generate error message? Quickly, we are near about 10. I will stop the class now. Return type should be string. Excellent. Quick to answer, Sai Subhankar. Excellent. Because it is returning string, st. St is of type string. So it should be string. Now here, what I am going to do, here I will store the result in string. And without any condition, I will display. Now no condition is required because not of type Boolean. So here I am sending a number d.show, return type is string, int show, int no, error on syntax string string. एक मिनट string show. Yes, now it is okay. String show result. Now here I will display simply res result. More than 2 digits because I am having more than 2 digits. I am making it 2 digits, double digits. So here I am returning a variable or an object. I can return a constant also. I can return a variable. I can return an expression. If it is a double digit, look, I am making it integer. If it is double digit, I'm return NO, NO into NO, NO into NO. If it is single digit, NO into NO. If it is double digit, return NO plus NO. Expression evaluation can be done. Otherwise, return 0. Not. Okay. Now return type is integer. So here I will store it in int and I will display. It is double digit. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 10 plus 10, 20 is displayed. Now I'm making it single digit. 8. It will multiply it. 8 8 just 16. If it is more than one digit, so it is saying return 0. I'm getting 0. Understood, everyone? So that's all for today's class. Good night to all of you. Good night to all of you. Return type should be string. Return type should be string. String return type.